Hi guys, it's Mars. I decided to do a GFX tutorial. I know there's already a lot of tutorials out there, but I want to show you guys how I do it. Full credits to ToastRBX. I learned like almost everything from her, so make sure to go follow her. Also, everything I use will be linked in the pinned comment, so make sure to check that out. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is press this little create bar, and then once it's loaded, you can press on create experience and then it will just load up Roblox Studio. I'll be back when it's done. Okay, now it's all loaded, so I'm gonna click on base plate and I'm gonna delete the spawn point because we do not need that. And then we can go into plugins, and once you downloaded the load character plugin linked in the pinned comment, I missed the description, oops, then it should be here, and you can just put in the username that you want. I did a poll on my Instagram earlier, so I'm just gonna put a username from there. So now we have our avatar. Make sure that this X on spawn at origin is clicked off. So make sure it looks like this and press spawn R6. If you press spawn R15, the texture will not look right. Okay. So then what I do is I press home and then move, and I just move it up to when like you see the little feet are red, and then you will have to save it to your computer. To save it to your computer, you're going to want to right click and then press export selection. Make sure that you put it somewhere that you remember. Once you open Blender Lightroom, you can click on this arrow here and then press starter rigs. By the way, I will link a video by, I think his name is RowBuilder, and it's very helpful, and I used it to help me set up these rigs. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the starter woman rig because that's what her avatar was. Sorry. And then I'm gonna go file, import wavefront OBJ, and then you're just going to open it and make sure that it says OBJ and not MTL. Then also press split by group, or else this is not gonna work. Okay. By the way, if you want to move around like this, then you have to click and hold on your mouse wheel. Okay, so in this top corner, I'm gonna scroll down and I'm gonna select all of these that say her username. And I'm just gonna click on this one, and then I'm gonna hold shift and click here, and then it selects all of them. Right click, delete. Okay, so now we have that. I'm gonna hold Z and go material preview, and as you see, the body doesn't have the correct textures, so you're going to want to go up to shading, click on one of the body parts. I'm going to click on the leg, and then you go up here, click on this X, and then open the file that looks something like this. Okay, so now I have that open. I'm going to delete the head, but if you want to change the face, there's a bunch of faces that come with the rig. I'm just gonna delete this. Okay, so now we want to bone all these accessories to the head. So what I do is I go edit, lock object modes, then I'm gonna click on one of the accessories, and then you're going to hold shift, and while you're holding shift, you click on all of the other accessories. And then once you're done clicking on the accessories, which I'm not, I don't know where it is. Oh, it's right there. And then once you're done clicking on all the accessories, you're gonna want to click on this little ring around the neck, and then press Control P. Then you want to press bone. I'm just gonna click off so they're not all selected, and then I'm gonna go up here and go into pose mode. Then I'm gonna click on the rig and go on this little circle icon, and now we should be able to move it. Well, actually, I recommend going into pose mode and moving it a little bit before you start boning. So I don't know why, but it just glitches when I don't do that. But now I have all the accessories boned to the head, so that's great. You can just rotate the body parts to do a pose. So I'm going to do a random pose. You can do anything you want. And make sure that you're clicking on these little circles around the limbs, because that is what makes it in order to like do the pose and stuff. So now I'm gonna press on this camera icon, and I'm going to go into View, Navigation, Walk Navigation, and then you should be able to use WASD like you do in Roblox. And then I'm just going to make the camera view like that. So now that we have that, I want to change the light colors, because if you have the blue and the yellow, it's just going to reflect on the avatar and it doesn't really fit it. So I'm going to go back up here, and I'm going to click on this that says lights. And then you're going to want to go to this little circle that says material, and then click on warm and change it. Normally you can do white, but if there's also another color in the avatar that you would like, then I would recommend using that if you want like a sort of inner glow looking thing. I think that that's okay, just a little bit of a tint. My head isn't really looking directly at the camera, so I'm gonna move it slightly. That's better. And to make it glossy, you're just gonna want to click on one of the body parts, and then you're still on the material, so you just scroll down and turn down the roughness. And for the accessories, you want to click on each of them one by one and turn down the roughness. And if it's still not as glossy as you would like, then you can turn up the metallic a tiny bit, like 0.1 or under. Okay, so now we have that, and I'm just gonna check my settings and make sure that you do the same. So on render, make sure that the film is selected to transparent. Mine is, so I'm not going to change anything. And for output, make sure that your color is on RGBA, otherwise it's not going to work. And actually what I like to do is when it renders, I like to change the samples in this area to 20. It does make it slightly less quality, but I think that it's good when it renders fast. So to render it, you're going to want to press render and render image. And you can see that we have all the gloss and everything. So yeah, okay, so once it's done rendering, just press on image and then press save as, and just name it anything you want and save it like in a folder that you will know where it is. Because if you don't know where it is, then you can't find it again. Okay guys, so I'm running out of time, so I will make a part 2 showing you guys how to do the backgrounds. So make sure to stick around for when I post that, and comment below for any suggestions or questions that you might have, and I'll see you next time. Bye!